I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Starting off, this is, what did I call this? Seventh Heaven IPA. This is my NHC submission, or one of them. It's based off the old school recipe, but I changed up the hops a little bit. Idaho 7, and the yeast. I used a different yeast, so it's really good. It's got the nice dank odor, a ton of grapefruit in your face. Also, I changed up the grist a little bit, so it's got a little bit of an interesting malt backbone, which I like. And it's just clear as all get out. Yeah, this thing is just, I think it's gonna hold up well. Shipped off my bottles. When did I do that? Man, it was last week. Maybe it was last Friday or something. So should be good, should meet the deadline. I think it was maybe the 6th, I don't remember. I ship up to up the East Coast here. Not too far away, only a few hours drive from me, really. But yeah, so this is one of my 3 entries. Man, I'm hoping this is the best foot I've put forward to date. So we'll see what happens. Cheers. Okay, so like I said, a lot to talk about today. The house is crazy right now. I'll cut away some video here in a minute, but we started on our backyard porch pool project. You know, the pool had you know, the concrete around it was kind of crappy. The coping stones were coming off. Our back porch, which was kind of cool, it was made with like slate stone and mortar. But the problem was it was the stones were coming loose, the big slates were coming loose, the mortar wasn't holding together very well, and it was just kind of slathered on the side, and that kept peeling off, and we had to redo it. Finally, we just, you know, we said no mas, and we called in the same guy that did the concrete floors in my pub and in my brewery down here in the basement. He put a, you know, there was like top floor, those old like 1970s floor tiles. He pulled all that up, put a layer of concrete down, and then he acid washed it so you got the different colors, so it looks like a bar. Same guy, we really liked him, so we had him come and do the backyard, or do this project. So he's doing that with a concrete all around the pool. It's gonna be one continuous, like a porch. You go out on the porch, it's gonna go almost to all the way to the end of the house on the left, and then it wraps around to the pool, and it's all open now. Before we had a brick, kind of a fence inside a fence, like this brick fence around the pool inside our backyard, which already had a wooden fence. And so it made the backyard look a lot smaller than it really is. Once we took that fence down, that thing looks huge now. But anyway, I'll put some footage here. All right, day 1 of demo. A lot of jackhammering, and it has begun. Dog doesn't know what to do. Neither does he. And day 2 of the carnage. Patio is almost gone. Got one little section right there left. They took up our bricks. We laid all those bricks. We found all those bricks all throughout our backyard. We first moved in, you couldn't even see the backyard fence. There was ivy, probably 10 feet high across the whole yard. We pulled out all the ivy, and then beneath it we found all these rocks and a whole bunch of these blue slate stones they had left over from the patio. All right, day 3. We got the bobcat in. Our backyard looks really big now. Okay, day 4. is completely dug out, as is the pool. So what we're gonna do is, I guess this patio is gonna run kind of where those bricks are, all the way to the pool and around the pool. Where before we had this brick wall around the pool and it made the yard look choppy. Now the backyard looks freaking huge. My wife is brilliant. I love this little bobcat here. I'd like to keep that, harass the neighbors. And I don't know what day this is, but now we've got the framing up. Now all we've got to do is start pouring the concrete. It's concrete pouring day. Had a very big surprise when I came home today. There was a surprise package. My wife had already picked it up. She put it into the kitchen and she said, "Hey, did you see your beer mail?" And I said, "No." Look over, and there was a beer mail from none other than Mr. Wally Fecked. So yeah, it's like an IPA extravaganza. I've got a couple of beers from Mad Tree. It's two different versions of an Imperial IPA, one which is Citra and one's Galaxy. And then he sent me another limited release called Sabertooth Tiger. And that was from Rheingeist, it looks like, brewery. That looks freaking good. I can't wait to tear into that. And then he sent me 4 of his homebrews. Looks like I got a black IPA with Hornadal yeast. I got a coffee stout. Did I get 2 of his black IPAs? I got 2 of his black IPAs with Hornadal yeast, and then I got his barley wine, which looks like it had a starting gravity of 1114, and it dropped to 1020. So. Yeah, I am. Thank you so much, Wally. I'm going to be breaking into these, ASAP, especially the IPAs. Thank you so much. And the cool thing about Wally, when he packs his beers, he does a really good job, so it's easy to recycle them. So I'm going to turn this thing around and, send him some beers back from the Dean's List. So thank you so much, dude. Big shout out to you. And I'll put Wally's channel in the remarks here. Most of you guys know him. The other news on the brewing front. So haven't done any brewing in the last week or two. The last one I did was the Irish Red. It's going to be it should be an Imperial Irish Red, but it might not get down that low. I think right now it's like 6 point something. Last time I checked the gravity, it was at 10. Well, first gravity check, it was 1025. Then it dropped to 1023. It seemed like it was stalling, so I put the heat wrap on there because it's a little cool in my area where I had the fermentation chamber. So I wrapped the I kind of had to rig up with some bungee cords, some bungee straps, the little heat wrap around the bottom of the conical fermenter, the fast ferment that I have, plastic fast ferment. And so that seemed to wake the yeast up, so it's bubbling very, very slowly. I'm probably gonna wait till Thursday and then check the gravity, and that's probably all it's gonna drop. And then whatever it is, I'll throw it in. Hopefully I can get at least 7% out of it. I wanna get, I'd like to get about 7.5%, because that's what, I'd like to get it around 10, let's see, was it 1075 as a starting gravity? I'd like to get it at least to 1017 or something. That should, I guess be about right for a red ale. But hey, I'd be happy just to get it to 1019 or even 1020. But we'll see what happens. So that's the last of the brew. Big exciting news. I finally, bit the bullet. I registered for NHC 2019, got my hotel reservations, and got my train ticket. So I'm all set. And it's going to be a good time. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. It sounds like everybody's going to this one. I don't want to say everybody, because that's, I don't want to leave anybody out. I know Kevin, Kevin, man, I'm so sorry to hear you can't make it, but I understand what you're going through with all your surgery and everything. So hopefully next year, right? But yeah, a lot of you two on the YouTubes are going to be out there, and I'm just going to have a wonderful time. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be in Providence this year. Nick and Brandon are right up there in Massachusetts, so they're gonna meet all of us for the first time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Larmo's coming up from down south. If I'd have known he was coming up, I'd have tried to hook up a ride with him, but I'd already got plane tickets. But I think I can bring some beer on the train. Not plane tickets, train tickets. I think I can bring beer on the train. I'm going to have to investigate that. So anyway, all right, so I'm at 8 minutes. I'll cut away here, so I got some video to show. Hey, have yourself a happy homebrew, and have a happy, clear homebrew, and have a very, very happy homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.